Risk of Rain 2 is a high-octane roguelite produced by Hopoo Games. It is by far one of the most addictive games I have ever played, and I've actually used the term constant stimulation when describing the game. There are a few things I'd like to note before actually getting into the game. Um, Risk of Rain 2 is actually still in development, and I'll be posting the roadmap in the description below if you'd like to check that out. We are currently on the Artifacts update on Xbox, and on PC, I'm pretty sure they're releasing the next update soon. So if you'd like to go check that out, look in the description below. Now getting into the review, I'd like to talk about the main gameplay loop of Risk of Rain 2. Your main objective in Risk of Rain 2 is to find the teleporter to get to the next stage. This could go on infinitely, with each stage getting increasingly harder. Now I know what you might be thinking.
Chicken Man, this game sounds stupid and boring. Why would I play it when I could play cool games like Brawlhalla or Super Mega Baseball 2? They're much more worthy of my cash monies.
Now, if you only had that description, I'd say you're right. However, Risk of Rain 2 is a high-octane bullet hell, which requires the player's constant attention. Along with this, there were player unlockables, characters, character ability unlockables, character skin unlockables, and many other unlockables. We straight got unlockables out the wazoo! Each character is diverse and has a unique set of abilities. Certain characters might have preferred item synergies, while other characters have items that are completely useless on them. These characters create a cool dynamic between stages, items, and bosses. So despite the gameplay loop being quite simple, each character gives it a huge amount of replay value. Speaking of replay, you're gonna hear a lot of the same music multiple times in playing this game. However, this is not a problem because this game's soundtrack is absolutely phenomenal. Have a listen. Shiver me timbers, mateys. We got a good soundtrack. Now that we've talked about some of the good things about Risk of Rain, I'd like to get into some of the stuff that makes me want to bite my controller. You know how I said this game requires constant attention? In later stages, the enemies become so abundant and do so much damage that you could lose your run in a blink of the eye. There have been times where I've done a 4-hour run and I've made one mistake and I've lost it all. Game over. The main cause of these ape rage moments are little bitty balls of fire called Wisp. They have a hit scan attack, and if you don't know what hit scan is, it means it has no travel time. So if it scans you, it's probably going to hit you. Now, a normal game producer would go, okay, these enemies are kind of overpowered, we should, lower the production of them. But Hopoo was like, okay boys, let's make these enemies so abundant that it will lag your game if you look at them. There was a supposed nerf of the Wisp where it lowers the spawn rate of them, but they're still just as abundant on Xbox. I don't know if this is a problem or something, but Wisp are still a problem in later stages. Because of how easy it is to die in later stages and no real form of progression after you complete the challenges, of course, it is incredibly hard to get your friends into this game. A quote from one of my good friends is, "It just sounds unfun." But if you enjoy games like Binding of Isaac, Enter the Gungeon, and other roguelite dungeon crawlers, I think you will heavily enjoy Risk of Rain 2. And maybe even Risk of Rain 1. I personally haven't played it, but I've heard it's phenomenal. Risk of Rain 2 deserves 4 out of 5 shitty chicken JPEGs.